Hello, my name's David Kearns. I'm Managing Director of Expert Investigations. We're a nationwide commercial and corporate detective investigation agency. People often say to me with regards to employee theft and fraud within the workplace, this would never happen to us. It wouldn't happen within our organisation. It couldn't. Unfortunately, the reality is it can, and it could do, and it will. Unfortunately, within the workplace, employees do have the opportunity. I'll just give you a couple of examples just to highlight these. We recently investigated a petrol siphoning from an HGV, from a haulage company. Some information had been gathered via the deployment of a covert tracking device, and we found that this lorry was always stopping in the same lay-by. We mounted some surveillance and we regularly saw over a month period the driver turning up in the lay-by, producing a jerry can from the undergrowth and a pipe and siphoning petrol out of the vehicle. At the end of the investigation, when the figures were done and added up, it transpired that over 10 years he'd probably had £30,000 worth of fuel from the vehicle over the lifetime of his employment there. He even bragged that he'd never paid for fuel while he'd worked at the organisation. Another recent one was a lady in the accounts department that stole £300,000 by raising the statements from the bank, which was her role. She would put them into a Word document, and then she would cut and change the figures to correlate for the amount of money that she had stolen from the organisation. That only came to light because our clients were doing due diligence because they were going to be bought out by another company. It took 3 days to investigate that, and we took a multitude of statements, did some computer forensic examination, and we were able to give the file to the police within 3 days for them then to conduct a criminal investigation. And then again recently, a procurement fraud, a very simple fraud. A procurement manager over-ordering product within a construction business, sending it over to site to a colleague who would then bring it off-site, and they would meet in a lay-by. It would be transferred back into the vehicle of the procurement manager, who then sold the product on various websites. Again, the investigation process showed that we could conduct surveillance and gather video footage of the goods being transferred from one vehicle to another. Please don't ever think that your company and your organisation sit in a position whereby you are exempt from being subject to a theft or a fraud within an organisation. There is a marketplace for every item that can be stolen, so please don't be naive and always be aware that you could be vulnerable to internal thefts and frauds. Thank you very much.